I said there is a covenant on the earth that makes everything produce after its kind. In Genesis chapter 1, God said, let them bring forth after their kind. Is a covenant that you don't plant mango and start entering fasting. Oh God, let orange not come. Let mango come. Let mango come. Let mango come. No, there is a covenant that makes everything produce after its kind. As long as the earth. So, do you know that covenant? That whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall reap. So, once you have that understanding, you are working for somebody now. It's not your job, and you are giving an attitude, when I have my own job I'll do better. You are going to reap it when you have your own. So now I don't have my job. I need to understand that whatsoever I sow is what I reap. And secondly, I don't also get angry. Maybe I'm working so hard in one company and the company is not rewarding my hard work. It didn't say wheresoever you sow, it said whatsoever. Not wheresoever. So you can sow in Nine First and reap in Castle. You can sow in True Light and reap in Feka. But the thing is that it is what you sow that you reap. It's a covenant. What is a covenant? It's not just New Testament and Old Testament. What is a covenant? A covenant is a system of authorization, if you are writing, between two or more people, ratified by the mystery of the blood, with mutual advantages if kept, and severe consequences if violated. This is the ground from which many families are under oppression. And I'm going to show you, I want to deal with this so you understand it and face your family this January and totally deliver yourself. What I'm talking is what I have handled. I don't look like my family. There were certain lights I encountered early. I say, what? Do you know that if your father is a billionaire, even as a child, before you know anything, you start enjoying the wealth of a billionaire? You understand what I'm saying? That if your mother has hepatitis B or hepatitis whatever, and you are in the womb, there is a likelihood that you will be born with that. You didn't do anything to collect it. It's just the environment that produced you. So that I don't even know if there is a covenant in your father's house that limits men from rising beyond a certain level. Once you get to that level, unknowingly too, something will crash you. To cross that level, you must intentionally begin to activate something in the supernatural to break through that realm. And that's what I want to bring us into. I came from a family where everybody was almost a beggar. I said, no, there must be a way out. And God began to show me covenant steps to take. And I trust God this morning your life will change. Somebody say covenant. There are three major dimensions of covenant. The first is personal covenant. Personal covenant. The second is territorial covenant. The third is family covenant. Number one is what? Number two and number three. Yes, and I will look at them. Personal covenants are dealings people entered into with God one-on-one. Just me and you, God. And on the basis of that covenant, they commanded a level of exploit. For example, Jephthah. Jephthah said to God, if you will be with me and I go to this battle and I return, whatever comes out from my house first, I will give it to you. That covenant was between Jephthah and God. It doesn't empower Jephthah's children to do the exploit of Jephthah. It's just Jephthah and God. There are people that have personal covenant. It's between them and God. I understand what I'm saying. But there's another dimension called territorial covenant. 2 Kings chapter 17, 26. Maybe NIV. NLT, NIV. 2 Kings 17, 26. Territorial covenant. It was reported to the king of Assyria, the people you deported and resettled in the towns of Samaria do not know what the God of that country requires. He has sent lions among them which are killing them off because the people do not know what he. So there is a God of a country. There is a territorial spirit that requires something, and once you don't know it, it will not spare you because you don't know. I wish you understand what I'm saying. That you don't know and they marry you into that family doesn't make you to be spared. You will still die in labor. I was talking to one of us and he was panicking. He said, Pastor, why I'm like this is because my first sister died in labor. This second one too now, service is not opening. Time time is passing. 1 day have passed and nothing is happening. The doctors are confused. So in their mind, that pattern wants to repeat again. As soon as he said that, I now knew I need to enjoy a higher authority. If not, it will happen again. Somebody will die. Can you remember that Jacob was walking in a territory and suddenly night came and he kept his head on the stone and slept? He didn't pray for an encounter, but he had an encounter. What was happening? That a covenant upon that territory, that whoever mistakenly puts his head there will collect something. So if the person has cancer and steps on that stone, he will just discover that the cancer has gone. He may not know the mystery working, but something has been released on that territory. That's why families are small. People are born in, but they don't know what their parents activated before they left. And that you are not aware doesn't mean those things will not come for demand. Let me give you an example. Let me assume this house is your house. Okay, for us now, we pay for this facility. But any day the landlord wants to come, even though he's the landlord, he first of all calls me on phone. And if he reaches the door, he will knock. He said, I want to inspect this territory. He's taking permission from me, even though he's the owner. Because there was a legal transaction that happened that handed over this property to me. Some of you don't know that your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather went and did some legal operations with some demons and said to those demons, help our children marry, help our children give birth, and all of us will serve you. So once you are born into that kind of environment, whether you know it or not, the demons still claim that you belong to them. It's a legal contract. Oh, I'm a new creation. I'm a brand new man. I'm born again. I want to ask you, after you got born again, did you start looking like angels? You still look like your mother. You still look like your father. That after salvation, you didn't suddenly start changing physically. They could identify Jesus on earth. They knew him because there were some things that looked like Mary that he was carrying. Is this not the son of Mary? But after resurrection, they saw him and he was in the image of an angel. You will resemble your family if you don't intentionally deal with the covenants that operate in that territory. Anytime you hit 1 million, the first thing that comes to your head is worry. And you don't worry until it's remaining 50,000. You wake up. Your mate in Lagos, your mate in Abuja hits 1 million and is desperate to hit 10 million. For him, 1 million is no money. He doesn't relax. But you are in an environment that 1 million is money. If you don't break the territorial spirits of mediocrity, you will find yourself average. Covenant. Igbo man like money, Igbo man like money. There is a covenant that makes it so. The Northerners are lazy, the Northerners are lazy. It's not just normal. There is a spirit in that environment that empowers laziness. So once I come into a territory, I must first of all understand what are the covenants operating in this territory. Then how do I engage the spiritual forces to break through that level? Am I confusing you? Okay. They said he has sent lions among them because the people do not know what he requires. Owerela. When I came back from NYSC, God started putting in my heart to do True Light and all those things. The first school I went to was IMSU. And as I was praying, God said to me, there is a strong marine altar in this territory. Deal with the marine. And we were like 4 or 5 months there. I was talking and praying because I knew what I was coming to confront. They invited me to JCCF. I was in their JCCF. All the leaders in IMSU gathered, their leaders fellowship. And I was talking to the leaders and pastors. I said, there is an altar of the marine in this territory. The then JCCF prayer secretary got angry because he's one of those new creation people. He feels I'm an old creation. I said, okay. But God will open your eyes as you begin to make inquiry. And suddenly the guy started studying. And they discovered that in the anthem of IMSU, they said we are the children of Lake Nwebere. That's the river that passed through IMSU. That's in their anthem. We are the children of Lake Nwebere. And we are washed by the waters of Lake Nwebere. Bastard devil. That's as they give you matric number in the realm of the spirit, you have been identified as one of the daughters of the marine. Secondly, I have gone through all the campuses in Igbo State to minister by the privilege of God. And each of the campus, there is water inside it. You think it's a coincidence? Water passed through IMSU. Water passed through Alvan. Water passed through Poly Nekede. In fact, the Poly owned collect students every year. They know a season that one student must die. Water passed through Futo. Water passed through Imopoli. You think it's a joke? Before you arrive at territory, darkness is already occupying. There is no territory that is a free territory. There is no demilitarized zone. Every territory is militarized. You need a military mentality. They marry you into a home. There are things that make women, their voices that they marry, they are not to rise. So with all your career ambition, you soon die as a nobody. The gods of the land are eating us up. Next verse. How do we deal with the gods of the land? Then the king of Assyria gave his order. Have one of the priests you took captive from Samaria go back and live there and teach the people what the God of the land requires. Have one of the priests. So to deal with the altars in your father's house, first of all, wear your priestly garments. Don't just be a banker, be a pastor banker. Don't just be a doctor, be a pastor doctor. Don't just be a politician. There is something that was in Babylon that kills people, and that thing makes people not to be spiritual. So by the time Daniel entered Babylon, the first thing was to secure his spirituality. Eat whatever you want to eat. Give us vegetable. Let's live a life of fasting. And then suddenly they say, pow. The guy say, we have not been feeding your food. Your food dedicated to idol. There is no idolatry in our spirits. We will not bow. They say, if you don't bow, we'll put you in fire. They say, put us in fire. And they carry the 3 Hebrew children and put them inside fire. And Bible says the fire did not have effect on them. Why? They are coming from a higher realm. Daniel, nobody should pray to any other God except this guy. That's what I'm talking about. I know transactions of the altar. That what they said for 30 days. 30 days is a system. You lose your prayer life for 30 days, you are gone. The guy said, relax. He opened the window facing Jerusalem and he stood there. You know what he was activating? There was a covenant activated in the temple of Jerusalem. When Solomon was dedicating that temple, he said to God, whoever calls you from anywhere, whoever faces this temple and call you, Lord, hear him. And God entered into that covenant. So whether anybody knows God or not, once you come to that temple and say, Lord, heal me, God will heal you. Not because you know him, but because there is a covenant that Solomon activated. So now Daniel is in a life and death situation. He can't just do kalo. So what he did was to open the window facing the territory where he saw that the covenant is speaking. When we say belong to a living church, it's not because the pastor is looking for more members. Any pastor that knows his work doesn't look for more members. Any member that comes is more responsibility. But there is a higher covenant here that can swallow up whatever came from your father's house. That in our camp we cannot die small. In our camp there shall be no loss. And there is something in your family that harvests people at 29. You enter, you escape. 2021, wear your priestly garment. Pray out your sisters. Pray out your brothers.